but look at the net. That's okay. That's a goal. And y'all like you are your middle school provincial off-sea Rocket League champions.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. But you wanna go play yours. I'ma keep. You can try to save yourself. But you wanna go.
What is this method?
You can try to save yourself. But you wanna go play yours.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans just for you to watch what I'm doing under the sun again. God-given gift, MCs doing the running man. If you want me to get it poppin', may cost 100 pence. Yeah, what I supply is all the throne is mine, take that. I got 105, got the upper hand. I'm too real, can't fake that. Who you know putting fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling? I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who is the best, they get this to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose.
You're watching the Ontario School Esports Association Rocket League week number 3. Thanks for joining us here. My name is Nate Goes Live, joined by Rage Quit Andy here in the broadcast booth. We're here to bring you 3 matchups tonight, each featuring 3 games apiece. And we are almost ready to go into the first game, so let's take a look at that matchup. And we got an interesting one for the first match of the night, Andy, because it is 2 teams from the same school facing off. The Emerald Bears versus the Golden Bears. That should be a good one.
2 teams fighting it out for school supremacy. Who's going to be walking down the hallways saying they are the champs?
Yeah, it should be a good one. Looking forward to this matchup. We're going to work on jumping into the server, so we'll take a quick standby. Again, the game should start any minute now. So lots of Rocket League coming your way. Grab a snack, get a drink, get comfortable. We'll be back in a few minutes with the first matchup. First match is starting right now. Here we go. kickoff. The Emerald Bears in blue, Golden Bears in orange. Two teams from the same school battling it out for bragging rights. Here's Jorf now getting ready to make a save. Doesn't have to worry about it. Oakski's dug it out. We've seen Oakski and Jorf many times over a few seasons now. Both really strong players, so the Emerald Bears are going to have their work cut out for him, Andy.
Yeah, as Wishes just whiffs on that one, but Zurge trying to send something back out front. There's Oakski to get that away from in front of the net. Oakski at midfield there gets a pass over to Jorf, who tries to pass it back. Some defensive work there by the Emerald Bears as Zurge tries to put a shot on. Blocked by Space Kangaroo. Oakski now pops it over Wishes, and Zurge just not enough boost to get up in time for that. Demon Slayer off the back wall trying to prevent a shot on goal. Jorf still gets up to get a shot on it. It turns into a pass to Oakski, and that's going to be our first goal of the game, Nate.
Yeah, and we saw last week Emerald Bears play a very unique pacing of defense, putting up with a great deal of offensive attack, but very well, keeping the pace, keeping control. So I'd expect more of that tonight. There's Demon Slayer hitting it just up above the net, almost putting it into their own goal. And we're heading back towards the Golden Bears end. Oakski up to grab it, working into the corner, looking for a pinch. That's headed back towards the net. Jorf in net, looking to block one, but Demon Slayer just wide. Second shot missed by Wishes. And there's Zurge now, looking to protect the Emerald Bears net. Digging out from the corner as Jorf comes in on attack. Nothing made of it. And now Jorf looking to cause a distraction for Oakski. No attack put on there. Shot wide from Space Kangaroo. As now Wishes is working with Zurge to try to get back on the attack zone.
Space Kangaroo off the sidewall now, trying to bang something off the back wall. Not able to get enough on it. Oakski was able to put a shot on net, but easily swept aside by the Emerald Bears. Yeah, as you were saying, Nate, last week we kind of saw the Emerald Bears, play not like a super high-flying, intense like offense, but rather just like calm, controlled, played really solid defense, and just took the goals as they came for themselves, and ended up winning a couple of games. And it looks to be the way they're playing again tonight, as Jorf puts a shot on net, and it just gets over Wishes, and that's 2-0 for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Emerald Bears very adaptive. This is the first match. I don't know how often these two teams play each other, being that they're from the same school. I'm going to assume they know each other and have played together before. So, again, you're going to have to be adaptive and control the pacing. Kickoff straight back to Wishes, which ends up putting it high up. Jorf's already there, gets a shot out of it, nothing happens. Oakski saving the attack, second shot. Beautiful play by Oakski.
Just wonderful control here. You're going to see Oakski go up and just corral that ball, getting just enough of the corner to put it back towards the middle of the pitch. And they make no mistake putting it over defender. And it looks like it's 3-0 here for the Golden Bears, as Oakski kind of does a speed flip and undercuts that kickoff and gets a quick goal here. So now we got a 4-0 game.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That speed flip, really tough to defend against, because you can't really get in front of it, and you almost need somebody back waiting for that to happen. Jorf off the kickoff, leaving that opportunity. Maybe had a shot opportunity there. Oakski hitting one up top. Here's Jorf following up. That is a 5-goal lead. We're going to see now the Golden Bears play a little bit more defensive here as we've hit the mercy rule.
That's right. Any team that goes up 5 goals is requested not to continue pressing the offensive pedal and just play back until we have another goal from the opposing team, so that we can kind of keep this a little more fair and not just a blowout for the game that we're watching currently. Here's Space Kangaroo off the sidewall. Oakski's going to take that back, gets the third touch off of it, but no teammates following up. So now Zurge able to get through to midfield. Space Kangaroo put a good block on it. Demon Slayer trying to get something started, but just doesn't have enough control on that one. So the Emerald Bears are going to have to regroup in their own end.
Yeah, Golden Bears just towing the line enough, in my opinion. Great comment in the YouTube chat from Gil saying, I'm feeling good about the Bears winning this one. Absolutely agree with you, Gil.
Yeah, that's a good bet to take.
And a quick shot from Zurge as the Emerald Bears looking to crawl back from this one. Probably not going to happen in the last minute and a half of this game, but you never know. Once the next round starts and the scores reset, it's a brand new chance for the Emerald Bears. But who knows, Andy? We've seen goals happen quickly before.
Yeah, even in this game, we saw them happen really quick. So Wishes could get one here. Oakski and Jorf come together to pinch that one out, and Jorf is going to send that back towards the Emerald Bear net. Demon Slayer there for the save. Gets a good blocking position there on Oakski as Space Kangaroo just sends that one wide. Oakski trying to go up to get a touch off the back wall. Here's Zurge able to beat Space Kangaroo, and just like that, it's a 3-goal game.
Great move by Zurge here, recognizing they had to get this shot in quickly before Space Kangaroo was able to get in front of it, so they made the jump and then corrected midair. Probably the only way they were going to get that one in. So just under a minute to go. 3-goal deficit for the Emerald Bears. They're putting up a great fight. Here's Jorf now. Allowed to attack, being that we've beat the mercy roll. Goes up, waits for it. And just the classic Jorf control that we know and love.
Yeah, watch this here. Reverses and flips backwards into the ball to tuck that underneath the crossbar. Impressive bit of control there from Jorf as Demon Slayer turns away from that kickoff win. As Zurge tries to put a shot on net, it just rings off the post. Swept away by Jorf. Jorf puts kind of a shot on net. Demon Slayer able to clear that one out of harm's way. Now here's Demon Slayer trying to get a pass out to teammates where Wishes gets a shot on, but just high, swept away by Oakski. Now Jorf's going to bring this up off the sidewall. Tries to get a pass off to a teammate, doesn't quite get the touch, so Wish is able to send that back into the Golden Bears end, and Oakski wisely pitches that off into the side. And with a few seconds left, I think that's how this one's going to end here. 6-2. Space Kangaroo and Jorf just kind of passing back and forth in their own end. Wishes puts a last-second shot that just gets over Space Kangaroo. And this one's going to end 6-3. So, I mean, valiant effort by the Emerald Bears coming back there, not saying no. Who knows how the next game's going to go?
Yeah, no one does. I mean, if I'm coaching Emerald Bears at this point, and I'm not, I'm going to say play defensive and wait for the opportunities to come along. You know that, Jorf, Oakski, and Space Kangaroo are going to keep the pacing up really quick. Now, mind you, this was only a 3-goal game in the end. So, I mean, you never know. But for me, I'm going to go back to what worked last week, which was sort of controlling the pace, waiting for the opportunities, and just putting a strong focus on keeping the ball out of the net.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a low-scoring game if it means you have the opportunity to win the game as well. So I think you're right in playing more of a defensive zone-type game and allowing the shots to just come as they sort of happen. Against this Golden Bears team, who we've seen through a couple seasons that seem to gel together really well offensively, if you can stymie that, I think you got a good chance of beating them.
Here we go, getting ready for the next kickoff. Once again, game number 2 of 9 games tonight. Our first matchup, 3 games between the Bears and the Bears. Emerald Bears in blue, Golden Bears in orange. 2 teams from the same school battling it out for the bragging rights. A big cluster in the net, so it looks like maybe they have adapted that style, Andy.
Jorf, just incredible control there, able to pop it over one defender in the midfield, able to do a little flick over top of Demon Slayer, and then just picking the corner that Zurge doesn't quite have the boost to get to. And that's going to be the first goal of this game. Lots of time left. There's Wishes getting the better of that kickoff again, but turning away, and Zurge not able to get there. So Zurge looking for a touch back to a teammate, but destroyed there by Jorf, who runs into Demon Slayer, not able to get a shot towards the goal. Here's Zurge now over top of Oakski, gets the ball into the Golden Bears end, but Jorf, a pass to Oakski, just can't get the angle off the deflection. And here's Jorf circling around, trying to make a second shot. Wishes comes up with a really great defensive play, almost turns it into a goal just wide of that net. Oakski with the corner pinch, trying to get it to Jorf, just out of reach. And here comes the rotation from the Golden Bears again.
Big long hit off the back wall. Couldn't get by Space Kangaroo. It's at midfield and not quite a full touch there as from Wishes. There's a great save from Demon Slayer, who gets up in time, only one back. Sitting on the side wall here, Demon Slayer letting the attack come in. Zurge kind of cleaning up. Jorf's able to get off the side wall. Demon Slayer again keeping that net protected. We're at a 1-goal game so far with just over 3 minutes left. Oakski looking to clear this one out. And just kind of a bit of a weak shot from Wishes there, so nothing really to worry about. Oakski's going to take their time. But a lot of pressure now coming in from the Emerald Bears, so they've adapted, it seems, Andy.
Oh, and a post there by Jorf, who looks like they get a bump on the last defender to prevent them from getting into position to make that last. Oh no, it was an own team bump there that stopped Demon Slayer from being able to get over and make that save. 2-0, 3 minutes to play. We've seen the Emerald Bears get 2 goals in less than 20 seconds, so it's not out of the question. Wishes wisely taking that one away from Oakski. Now Demon Slayer passing over to a teammate. Jorf pre-jumps that one, tries to get a shot on, blocked away by Zurge. Demon Slayer off the back wall, trying to get it down to a teammate, Zurge, but Space Kangaroo there for the shot. That bounces out off the sidewall, and Jorf makes no mistake. Comes in, perfect angle. No chance for the Emerald Bears to get that one, as they were all fighting in the corner to try and get some more boost to get that cleared. And we've got a 3-goal game.
Tough for Demon Slayer, just sort of recalibrating after coming off the back wall. Looked like that play was going to move forward, and we can all relate to having our wheels pointed the opposite direction of where we need to be. So in the corner is Oakski with another pinch. Gets to midfield. It's stopped by Demon with the setup. Jorf's interrupted it. Now we're back in the Emerald Bears end. Big chip off the wall. Zurge isn't going to get the second touch. Demon Slayer able to keep pushing things along, but it's back in the hands of Oakski, who's gone up, likely setting another player up. They didn't make it in time. It was Jorf. Here's Jorf fighting it out in a corner. Probably going to get a goal here. Great defense by the Emerald Bears as Jorf's hit is knocked away. And now Zurge looking for a double touch off the sidewall. They get it. Just no teammate there. Fortunately, a goal post shot from the Golden Bears, keeping this game at a 3-goal. Never mind. Jorf following up quickly and getting that shot back.
Yeah, the attacking pressure here by the Golden Bears is pretty insurmountable, it seems. They just know where each other are and where they're going to be. And the rotation that they play, we've seen them play together for a couple seasons now, so it's a well-oiled machine, this Golden Bears team. Tough opponent for the Emerald Bears to run into here, first game of the day. You're just trying to warm up, and you're running into a team that's played each other for so much. There's Jorf now getting a pass from Oakski, keeping it going forward. Jorf trying to send something to the middle as Oakski gets the shot just off the post. Zurge coming through, making a big save, getting this ball back to midfield. Emerald Bears just kind of not in the same space where they need to be to make these the passes that they're trying, unfortunately, as Jorf gets that off the back wall to Space Kangaroo, who has virtually the whole net, just able to pick where they want to put that one. Again, we're down to 5-0, so we should see the Golden Bears play a little more defensively here. Not pushing the score up. Jorf collecting this one at midfield, going for a ground pinch. Doesn't quite get the touch on it. Now Zurge trying to play this one out in front of their net, get something going from their own end. Oakski just touches that one, sends them back, having the Emerald Bears to reset. Again, 2 players going from that ball there, coming from the Emerald Bears. Demon Slayer corrals that in the back, trying to play this one off the sidewall, trying to get past the defense of the Golden Bears here, as Oakski's in the midfield, causing a disturbance. Space Kangaroo blocking that one from getting out front, but here's Zurge trying to get something through. Space Kangaroo wisely sends that one back down, turns around to regroup.
Yeah, we're seeing the Emerald Bears a little bit disconnected there, and the mechanics not really being kind to them at times. I'm seeing a lot of their ball touches with little to no momentum, so they're never really getting the ball moved too far. And when they are, the second teammate is just sort of out of reach to continue the play.
And that's how this one's going to end for Game 2 as a 5-0 win for the Golden Bears. I know it says Savage Wheels on there, but...
I just noticed that. Yeah, that's not on us.
Yeah, that one's them. They didn't change the team name for that game.
Well, hey, you know what? Still a fun match to watch. We've got one more between these 2 teams, and anything can happen in Rocket League. So looking forward to this final match. We got one more between these 2, and then, of course, we'll be moving on to 2 new teams for our 6:30 p.m. matches. So here we are. It's week 3. If you haven't done it yet, click like and subscribe on this video to show your support for the Ontario School Esports Association. And from Rage Quit Andy and myself, Nate Goes Live, thanks for joining us this evening. There's no place we'd rather be than watching some Rocket League here, as the players always put on a great show for us. So moving into game number 3, kickoff now. You're going to see Space Kangaroo taking on Zurge. The ball going back towards the Emerald Bears, and Oakski moving it in for Jorf, who almost had that one. Immediate pressure. So there's no forgetting the pressure that the Emerald Bears are dealing with. So here's a touch from Demon Slayer, but just no one there to grab it. And again, Jorf floating around in the defensive zone. You can see that touch from Zurge just didn't get very far out. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, Andy.
Yeah, the Golden Bears, Jorf, Oakski, and Space Kangaroo, they travel the distance of the pitch so quickly. They're speed flipping and wave dashing. They're just able to cover more ground than you think that they would be able to in such a short amount of time. So they're just defensively in the offensive zone. They're just getting to balls quicker than you can. And it's tough to get something going when you've got so many people just getting to the position quicker. And just as we say that, there's Jorf. Takes a touch from, well, it wasn't even Oakski. Just an unfortunate touch off the back wall from one of the Emerald Bears. And Jorf puts it in the top corner where no one's able to get.
Yeah,
and
Zurge,
it's 1-0 for the Golden Bears.
Zurge got up really quick for that one, and that was the touch they were getting. Otherwise, it was going in as it was. So just by the skin of their teeth. Here's a shot that pinches wide. And Oakski battling with Zurge. It's pinched out to the middle, right down the middle. A shot on. Of course, Jorf's there, ready to make a save. Emerald Bears with a very quick move there, trying to reset the score. And Jorf bumping a goaltender off the back wall, going to open it up for Oakski.
Yeah, Jorf misses this second touch here for the shot, but able to bump a defender out of the way. And Oakski's going to make no mistake on an open goal. Anywhere they can shoot, it's going in. 2-0. Just over 3.5 here to play. Demon Slayer, Jorf coming together for that kickoff. Demon Slayer playing the slow game there and getting a better touch off of it. Wishes not able to put that shot to in front of the net. Sent down by Oakski, who follows it up and plays the pinch off the defender perfectly to sneak this one inside the post. After hitting the post, mind you. And now we got a 3-0 game.
Literally jamming that last one in with Space Kangaroo not far behind. So 3.5 minutes on the clock, a 3-goal lead now for the Golden Bear, 4-goal lead for the Golden Bears. The pressure is absolutely relentless. What happened here, Andy?
This, I mean, Space Kangaroo or Jorf being there, that might have still gone in. That was the perfect angle from Oakski in the corner. Yeah, that was earmarked as a goal kind of just from the get-go. Here's Jorf now trying to get a pass to a teammate midfield. Oakski's up, not able to get there. So Space Kangaroo having to play some defense, but Zurge able to get a touch on that. Now going to try and send something to the midfield. No teammates with them, so they wisely leave that one to turn back and grab some boost. Jorf trying to get something over to Oakski, blocked by Zurge, who's trying to play over an opponent. Not able to beat Oakski, who sends it down in the corner. Jorf doesn't quite get the shot or the touch they want on it. And a rare miss from Oakski there, allowing Zurge to get a pass over to a teammate. Incredible kind of intentionally missed shot there by Jorf, able to clear that one out of danger. Oakski sends this back into the defense's corner as Zurge gets a nice shot to midfield that Wishes follows up on. Tries to get a shot on net. That's going to go just wide. Zurge trying to collect that midfield boost. Now going to challenge Jorf, who just pushes that along. Demos Wishes now looking to get a touch to send to the midfield, but uncharacteristically misses. And now the Emerald Bears might have a chance to get this out of their zone here, Nate.
Great coverage in net by Zurge. And seeing Wishes and Zurge team up quite a bit more. Here's a goal from Space Kangaroo. Looked like Demon Slayer was there in the corner, so Wishes just spawns in. Oh, and just spawned in front of Demon Slayer, so they collided and just in the wrong spot. Really bad luck there. So we're back at a 5-goal lead for the Golden Bears, who are just, you know, a very well-oiled machine here. We're seeing great mechanics from them and great team play as usual. And, you know, the Emerald Bears are putting up a great fight defensively, really holding the Golden Bears off because, believe me, the Golden Bears would take more goals if they could. Here's Oakski looking to get something set up. It gets shut down. Zurge getting in Jorf's way, so Jorf's shot went wide. Quickly cleared away by Wishes, who's up on the sidewall, trying to set something up midfield. Oakski's able to deal with it, so it's back in the corner of the Emerald Bears. There's a shot from Oakski. Jorf couldn't get in front of it. As now Demon Slayer working the side wall, setting up Wishes. Wishes interrupted by Oakski. And again, we're back in the Emerald Bears' end as this one almost got knocked in by Jorf.
Ooh, Oakski with a desperation flip there, stops a goal, gets a demo. Jorf now trying to control from the corner, pop this one out, maybe to a teammate, nobody with them. Zurge and Wishes trying to get the ball out of their end. They take a demo for the effort. Wishes now not able to beat Oakski to that ball. Here's Zurge now off the sidewall. Oakski's there yet again. Pass out to Jorf. Just missing that one to the left side. Wishes and Zurge now kind of battling each other on the sidewall. That's not going to help anybody trying to conquer this Golden Bears defense that is stout right now. Demon Slayer getting a ball over Jorf out front. No teammates with them. Wishes and Zurge kind of both go for that ball. Luckily, Demon Slayer got back in time to save that goal. And that's how this third game's going to end. 5-0 for the Golden Bears.
Yes, not the Savage Wheels, who we will see play later this evening. Great job of the Golden Bears. 3-game sweep. That looked like really tough pressure to deal with for any team. And a great effort put in by the Emerald Bears, as both of those teams move on to their next match. What have we got next? Let's take a look and see, because we're jumping into the next match, which is scheduled to start in the next few minutes. So our next two teams, we'll be seeing the Bay Ridge Blazers versus the Panthers. Two strong teams. Should be a great matchup, Andy.
Yeah, we've got two pretty good teams coming up for you in the next match here. Probably just going to take a quick little standby to see if we can get into that match, and we'll be right back with you with some more OSEA Rocket League spring season.
All right, teams are just kicking off now. You missed the first 3 seconds. That's okay. We've got the Bay Ridge Blazers in blue and the Panthers in orange. And this one is going to start off at full speed, I'm sure. Brody and Brooke trying to collect at midfield and sort of keeping an attack from forming. Here's Aiden now. It's up off the back wall. No Panthers there to collect. So Choppa hitting the ball downfield. Here's Happy Cappy going over midfield. We're just battling for possession. No shots on net quite yet. Here's G just chipping over the crowd. Happy Cappy midfield. Going to take over. It's popped off the sidewall. Choppa isn't able to do much with it. As Farah now tries to get a shot on. It doesn't get past Choppa. So Farah out of the corner. Here's a shot from Aiden. That's blocked by G. A follow-up from Aiden off Choppa's hood and into the net.
Yeah, tough. Almost reactionary there by Choppa. Just couldn't get enough on it to send this one out of harm's way. Great pressure here by the Panthers early on. Able to put a little sustained pressure in that first real offensive attack that we saw this game. Choppa wisely leaving that one for G, who gets a great shot. Good save by Farah Fibonacci. Here's Happy Cappy trying to put a shot on. Brody and Brooke there for the save. Aiden not able to beat G to the front of the net for that ball. And G gets a great pass out to Happy Cappy, who wisely sends this one backwards into the bottom right corner away from the defense. And we've got a tie game here, Nate.
Great play by G, getting the second touch through the corner. That might have been saved and cleared out. That second touch sort of threw the goaltender off. And Happy Cappy able to read it. Here's Aiden now working off the sidewall. Gets a pass out. It's blocked. And now G's going to take possession in their own net. Bumped off of their wheels twice. Once from a teammate now. As Aiden up on the back wall with Happy Cappy. G takes over. It's going to pop off of that lower ramp towards the Panthers' net. Choppa trying to follow up with a shot. It's blocked by two defenders. And now Choppa going to get another chance to collect. It's chipped up. Brody and Brooke taking control. Here's Farah. Brody's not done with it. And G bumped into the ball. Shot goes all the way down into the end as Aiden collects it. Happy Cappy kind of rushing in, forcing Aiden to clear out quickly. So G's going to stop that, send it back. Teammates bopped it all the way down. Choppa looking to follow up. Will they get a chance? Doesn't look like it. And Happy Cappy stopping things at midfield. Here's Farah chipping over. A couple defenders. Last minute save. Second shot by Aiden. What a play.
Wow, Aiden with the great shot. But Farah's really the reason this gets in there. Driving backwards, getting the touch to pop that one up over two defenders. That was a beautiful sequence there by the Panthers. Farah and Choppa able to come together there at midfield. Almost with the goal is G. Great save there by Aiden, able to stop that one right on the goal line. Farah and Brooke kind of miscommunicating there, allowing allowing G to just kind of split the defense and tie this game up at 2.
Yeah, and G still like firing up all the cylinders. You gotta watch out because once G gets going, they can sort of be part of any play they want to, covering a lot of ground and pushing the ball around. So here's a setup from G. Choppa was up for it. Two defenders in the way. Happy Cappy cleaning up the scraps, keeping it on the attack. Brody and Brooke looking to clear things away. Help from Aiden. It's chipped up, but it's going to get saved by the looks of it between Choppa and G. Almost found the corner. Here's G now. Midfield. What a collection mid-air. It's out through the corner. G doing the read, leaving it for Happy Cappy. Great shot.
Yeah, just an unfortunate second guess here by Aiden on the back wall. You're going to see them stop really quickly right there. And that gave just enough time for Happy Cappy to put that one into the top left corner. And that gives the Bay Ridge Blazers the first lead of this game, 3-2 with just under 2 minutes to play. Brody and Brooke up, doesn't get the second touch, so G's going to be able to send this one down into the attacking zone. Looking for a touch, swept away by Aiden. Now Farah trying to chase it down. Choppa's going to wisely clear that one away. Gets a touch out to Happy Cappy. Aiden able to send that back into their own defensive corner, kind of resetting the attack as Farah collects. But there's the stout G from midfield, getting this one back out in front of the net. Runs out of boost, not able to continue with that attack. Happy Cappy and Aiden kind of running into each other in the corner there. Ball just floats to midfield. Here's G trying to collect with no boost, get a shot towards the middle. Happy Cappy not able to direct that in to the goal. Aiden not able to get a touch on it, so Brody and Brooke going to collect with no boost. Gets it underneath Choppa, but Happy Cappy able to get it back towards midfield. We kind of got just a little back and forth possession take here, Nate.
Yeah, Panthers a little bit reserved. It's the last minute, so time to make something happen. I'm a big fan of overtime, so I'd love to see that. Here's a chip off the sidewall. Brody and Brooke couldn't make anything of it. Aiden's going to have to set an attack up. Gets by one defender. Past Choppa for the second. No follow-up. Farah just a little bit behind with 37 seconds on the clock. Aiden again setting a play up. It's chipped all the way down. Brody and Brooke took out of the play by G, so it's going to be a 3-on-2. Aiden working the corner. It's out front. And Farah there this time. Great read. Just enough to get through.
What a wonderful pre-jump here in the offensive zone. Jumps just before Happy Cappy can even get there. G not able to get out of the net in time to bring that back. We got a tie game. 25 seconds left. How exciting. Here we go. The all-important kickoff. Happy Cappy beating Aiden to it. Leaves it for Choppa, who gets the perfect touch, but can't beat the post. Farah able to get that one underneath G. Here's Aiden. Can't get past Happy Cappy at midfield. Brody and Brooke clearing that one away. Aiden leaves it unwisely as Choppa able to get that back into the corner. Now gets a shot out towards the front of the net. G from midfield trying to keep this one in the air. And it looks like we're going to overtime, Nate.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out. G likes to wrap things up quickly. G with the face-off, able to get control, but possession didn't amount to anything. Choppa hits it wide into the corner, trying to get a second touch. Couldn't do anything with it. Happy Cappy now driving the attack. Gets the demo on Brody and Brooke. And from midfield is G. A must-save from Brody and Brooke. Here's an opportunity again. Aiden kind of deflected wide there. 30 seconds into this overtime. Free jump again from Farah. Those are really working out. Here's G on the sidewall. Full tank of gas. And the shot ringing off the goalpost. Another demo from G. A must-save again by Brody. And this is going to be a fast-paced overtime. Here's Aiden over the midline. G's got to stop it. Pinched up, straight up above the net. Coming down. Who's there? Farah. Bringing this one back around for Panthers.
Wow. Wow. What a great touch there by Aiden off of G. And Farah gets just the right amount where Choppa's not able to get there. So Farah making that a tie game in the last 25 seconds. And then the overtime hero for game one, giving the Panthers a 1-0 lead in this series. How exciting.
That was crazy. That was a really good match to watch. Really fast-paced. Difficult to call. And I just absolutely love when it goes to overtime because, you know, it's a one-goal game, right? Everybody is just full tilt. You know, there's a little bit of panic. You know, it's like when you're in overtime, you know, I don't know what to say, but it's a little bit less strategic and a little more reactionary.
Yeah, and any sort of mistake can just, like, that ends the game, right? There's no like, oh, okay, hold on, well, we can get that back. It's no, that's the end of the game here. Time to regroup and start the second match.
That was the first match. This is the second one. We got one more to go after this, and the teams are ready to play. Let's get into game number 2. Bay Ridge Blazers in blue, the Panthers in orange. Panthers taking the first game. Here's G in net with a must-save, hitting it all the way downfield. Following up their own pass, slow bounce Farah with another must-save. Chipped wide by Aiden, who's trying to keep this ball from going in their net. Like I said, you're going to see G turn up here a little bit, I think.
Yeah, G does not like to lose. Not that any of us do, but G almost takes it personally. Good bump there on Aiden by Happy Cappy. So Brody and Brooke now collecting. No boost off the sidewall, so there's G getting a shot towards the net. Aiden going to sweep that into the corner. Happy Cappy not able to help attacking, but gets a demo on an unsuspecting victim from the backside. G now. Demo, but doesn't get the touch on the ball as Brody and Brooks sends that back down. So here's Farah with the booming clear from their end back to the Bay Ridge Blazers end. Happy Cappy not able to get past the Brody and Brook wall as Farah, who's kind of playing savior here for this Panthers team, sends this one down. Aiden not able to get there before G. Brody and Brook not able to beat G. And G's going to have a wide open net, but there's Farah once again making another save.
Just incredible. All the must saves have been happening so far. And when the ball's been getting through, it's been getting through by millimeters. Here's Choppa coming in hot, looking for a double touch. What a play, what a save. Incredible save. Here's a third shot. That's gone up and high. Oh, I got to see that play again later. Here's Aiden off the back wall, looking to get things out. They do. They're over the mid-line. Aiden trying to set a teammate up. Gets the demo from G. So Aiden's going to be back to help with this play, but Happy Cappy able to get around. It's going to float up and above. Farah able to chip it wide up the sidewall, but it's Choppa who keeps it in play and the attack going for the Blazers. Aiden now keeping Happy Cappy from taking their shot. G in their own end with a full tank. Accidentally sets up Aiden. Choppa's going to clear it away quickly. At midfield, Choppa couldn't make the connection. No shot was taken. G waiting for this ball to come down a little bit. It rolls out wide. 3 defenders in net for the Bay Ridge Blazers. And they're looking to clear something out and refill the boost tanks.
And we've got no score in this game, but it has not been uneventful in the least. Here's G off the back wall, battling with Brody and Brook. Coming out with that ball, getting it to midfield. Trying to come off the sidewall, get a pass to a teammate, over jumps. So that's going to be cleared back to midfield by Farah. Here's Choppa now trying to get a pass all the way over, pinched away by Farah. So Happy Cappy now collecting that off the sidewall from G. As G wisely just bounces this one into the corner, seeing 2 defenders follow them. And Brody and Brook not able to get back in time, so our first goal of the game comes from the Bay Ridge Blazers. 1-0 with just under 2 minutes left.
This incredible pass from G. Not sure how they pulled it off. Also saw some great passing from Choppa earlier, who did like a backflip pass across their own net. Like it was great passing from the Blazers so far. So it's 1-0. You got a minute and a half just over on the clock. Choppa looking to double down and get a 2-goal lead. As the Panthers sort of grouping up here, driving an attack. Here's Brody and Brook. Working the corner, it's up high. Happy Cappy's going to get up. Cleared away to just shy of midfield. As they get a second touch on it, G's able to read it. That was a really close one. A must save for Aiden. As we still have over a minute to go, here's G getting blocked by Aiden. Happy Cappy using the side wall. Brody and Brooks with a great read. Choppa now. Shot goes wide. Just over a minute to go. G waiting to collect at midfield. Enough boost to get the job done, but Aiden's not going to let it happen as the 1-minute mark gets crossed.
Choppa leaving that one for Happy Cappy, who's got a bigger head of steam coming from behind. Now you've got all 3 Panthers on the same side of the field here. They beat Choppa with Farah's flip, but there's G getting credit for a save on that shot. So Brody and Brook now clearing from their end back into the Bay Ridge Blazers end. Happy Cappy just not able to get the control on that they were looking for, so Aiden's going to send this back into the midfield. Farah not able to get the pass from Aiden, so Happy Cappy trying to bounce that one out to a teammate who wasn't there. Brody and Brook able to get a shot off that. Here's Aiden now corralling, gets around 1 defender, can't beat G, no teammates helping with support. Farah and Brody swap out there as Brody sends this one down. G looking to just kind of pop this one onto the ground to end this game here. And that's how this second game's going to end. 1-0 for the Bay Ridge Blazers, evening the score at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, I was thinking that in that last minute there. Panthers, could we see a repeat? They had to dig out. And this time it didn't come. So much tighter game with just 1 goal getting in that whole time. Both teams sort of climatizing, and the pace certainly was picked up as it normally is. So they've got one more. Boy, these nights just fly by, Andy. This is, we're going to go into Game 3 between these two teams. Then we've got 3 more matches, or 3 more games of our final matchup. But we just passed the halfway mark ourselves. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to click like and subscribe on the Ontario School Esport Association's YouTube channel. Show your support, tell a friend, and enable those notifications so you don't miss future streams from the Ontario School Esport Association. Here we go, kickoff, 5 minutes on the clock, scores are reset. Happy Cappy picking up a little bit of a jam up that happened on the kickoff. G now, great slow roll around the corner, left for Aiden. As Aiden goes up and down, Brody and Brooke getting in the way. Farrah's going to have to get a big hit here, and they do. It's at midfield. Choppa collects and keeps the attack going for the Blazers. Off the side wall, a great setup from Choppa, and G decided to turn away from that one. Going to wait for the next opportunity. Happy Cappy now on the side wall. What a hit. Getting a huge hit. It's stopped, though. Aiden able to hit it back into the corner. It's floating down towards the net. No one able to collect off that. A huge ground pinch heads back towards the Blazers' end, and Happy Cappy able to knock it to the side. Here's G on the back wall. G just running out of boost. Ball gets down to Aiden, who's able to get an attack brewed up for the Panthers, but it's back into the Panthers' possession. So 1 minute in, we're battling for possession. Shot here saved by G. It looked like the Panthers were on their way to a goal there as the net looked pretty empty. And a little bit of miscommunication as G is bumped a few times by Happy Cappy there, trying to get an attack going.
Farrah just not able to corral anything in the corner there as Choppa comes in. G wisely sending across the wide open net as Choppa not able to get that one, but there's G in backup, flipping over 2 defenders, trying to get a pass out to a teammate. Choppa there gets a shot on, but a great save by Brody and Brooke. Aiden able to take that away from G out of the corner. Farrah also clearing from the net as the pressure from the Bay Ridge Blazers has been pretty palpable here in the early stages of this third game. Brody trying to pinch one out, doesn't quite get the touch they're looking for as G and Choppa now come together, put a shot on goal. That's going to be saved by Farrah, who gets a nice floating shot slash pass that G has to take very seriously. Brody and Book now trying to send it back into the attacking zone, cleared away by Happy Cappy.
So a reminder for everybody, this is the tiebreaker between these two teams. Panthers taking the first one, Blazers taking the last match. G isn't able to get a shot on there. It's bumped wide, but the Panthers not out of danger yet. Here comes Happy Cappy. G not far behind. What a save by Aiden, who's done a great job today, keeping that ball away from their net. Here's G getting a back wall hit. Brody and Brooke not even going to let that bounce out in front for an attacker. So the Panthers been on defense a little bit too long here. They're going to start to run out of boost options eventually. Aiden leaving that one for a teammate. Nothing happens. There's Brody and Brooke off the back wall. A long hit into the end of the Blazers. Chopper up now. Choppa working the side wall, followed by Happy Cappy. Great play here. A wonderful shot, but it's knocked away. Didn't see who saved that. Happy Cappy setting a teammate up. It's going to be G. G couldn't get there in time. Hitting one off the back wall. Misses the double touch. Here's Choppa. Also off the back wall. G keeping it in play. Aiden now working through the corner. Getting a little pre-jump in. That worked out. Farrah didn't have to deal with it. A weird slow bounce in front of the net. G goes up for that one. Chipped away by Brody and Brooke. And that was a must play. So a minute and a half to go, Andy. It's still 0-0.
Yeah, the Bay Ridge Blazers have had some sustained pressure in the attacking zone, leading the Panthers to have little to no boost, but they're not able to capitalize yet. Some great defensive work here by the Panthers. Aiden, Farrah, and Brody all taking turns making crucial saves at the right time. G mishandles that one, gives Aiden a shot, but a great save there by Happy Cappy. That one was right for the taking, but great save by the Bay Ridge Blazers, keeping this a 0-0 game. Happy Cappy doesn't quite get the touch they were looking for, but G follows up. Brody and Brooke kind of misplaying that one, but Farrah behind them Aiden gets demoed, or gets the demo, excuse me, kind of stopping the attack. Brody and Brooks up, but G beats them to the ball. Great pressure by Happy Cappy, not able to get to that ball first. Happy Cappy not able to get past Brody and Brook, playing a stout defensive game there. G up, trying to go for the double tap off the back wall. Double taps, but doesn't get the touch off their hood. And we've got 10 seconds left here in this third and final match. It looks like we're going to be going to overtime to decide who wins this third and final match. Choppa tries to get a pass back over to Happy Cappy. Not able to get past the brick wall of the Panthers defense. But G is up with the shot on net. Great save by Brody and Brook. Choppa keeping it up. Brody and Brook trying to get there. Both teams miss, and we're off to overtime.
This is what we hope for every time. So 2 teams now, a game apiece. No score in the third game. The tiebreaker, next goal wins. My favorite sort of situation as Farah battling out with Happy Cappy at midfield. Aiden working together with Brody and Brook. Brody's going to bring it in. G stops it at midfield, so Farah's got to collect this properly. Farah getting demoed by G. What a save by Aiden. What an incredible save. Working the sidewall is Aiden. Choppa's going to try to stop it. Couldn't quite do it. Aiden's able to get a setup hopefully here. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Oh my goodness. This is the, like, I don't know if this is intentional or luck, but what a touch there by Aiden with just enough boost to get that to beat 3 defenders. And Brody and Brook comes in and makes that final goal to win this game 1-0. And the Panthers are going to take the series 2-1. What an absolute nail-biter. Thank you, everyone, for participating in that. That was a spectacle and a pleasure to watch. And we'll be back momentarily with our third and final match of this evening, where the Savage Wheels are going to take on the Lancers. So we're going to hop into that one, and we'll be right back with you. Christian.
All right, here we go. Getting ready for our third and final matchup between the next two teams. We have the Savage Wheels in blue and the Lancers in orange. First kickoff. Once again, thanks for being with us here on the Ontario School Esports Association's YouTube channel. I'm Nate Goes Live, and I'm joined in the broadcast booth by Rage Quit Andy for our final 3 games of the night. Just a friendly reminder for you that we are here each Wednesday this month, so you can come back next week at 6 p.m. 3 more matches, 6 new teams next week, and it's been a heck of a night so far, Andy.
It has, as the Savage Wheels keep some offensive pressure, as K-Pop able to get this one down into the attacking zone. NKO able to reverse that pressure as Stammy sends one high into the midfield. Noise not able to capitalize, but Christian sends something out front. No teammates there, no defenders there. Stammy now bringing it back down, gets a bump off a defender, carries it into the attacking corner, gets the second touch for, oh, they told us last night, is it Gahans?
Yeah, Gahans.
Yeah, Gahans, and not able to get a shot on as they're demoed. So Stammy now back playing some defense, just mistiming that one, not able to get there as Noise takes the NKO pass and puts that one in to give us our first goal of the game. 1-0 for the Savage Wheels.
Yeah, what a great hit by Noise, getting quite a bit of momentum on that hit despite their speed. I like what I'm seeing from Stammy so far. Here's NKO grabbing that kickoff, wasn't able to steer it into the net. It's still dangerous. Noise gets another shot, it goes off the post. Here's Noise with a third opportunity, tipped in by Christian.
Yeah, all 3 Savage Wheels playing a part in this one. Noise getting a nice flip pass there over to Christian, who makes no mistake. 2-0 for the Savage Wheels. There's Stammy not able to beat that kickoff as Christian's going to carry this one in. No boost, trying to get a pass over. No teammates. Gahans not able to play that one as Noise sends it back out front. And NKO takes that Noise pass from the ceiling and in for the third goal.
And the Lancers going to have to climatize and quickly. Just over 90 seconds into this match, there's been 3 goals. Kickoff now, Stammy and Gahans up against Noise, and they're able to get control. So here come the Lancers. Christian scooping it up at midfield. A quick flick over the defense. NKO wasn't able to get there and direct it towards the net. Here's Stammy screaming down the sidewall. Noise bops it into the corner. Stammy almost able to get a pass through. Noise was able to touch the ball again. Here's Noise swinging a miss. So there's going to get a shot from Stammy, which gets up top. Great read by Stammy here, getting in the middle.
Yeah, perfect placement by Stammy. That any farther out, and that's bouncing off the crossbar and or post.
It did.
Perfectly shot in. 3-1. Lancers making it a game here. Gahan's not able to beat Noise to that one, but no follow-up pressure as Christian tries to put a shot on. Stammy there, playing solid defense. NKO trying to play this off the ceiling. Gets a weird flip reset. Everybody misses, and Noise just takes the wide open goal, making this 4-1.
Let's watch this one again. There's called NKO, looking to flick it. Yeah, well, it was like a bunch of bowling pins kind of flicking around every direction. So that's all right. 2:37 on the clock. Lots of time for 3 goals if you're playing for the Lancers. Kickoff now. K-Pop gets a touch. It heads back to Gahans. Stammy is able to send it all the way down. Shot bopped to the side by Noise. So Gahans is looking up at the ceiling here. Going to have to fight NKO. NKO able to chip it to midfield. Second touch. Straight to Christian, who gets bopped off their wheels. And Stammy now trying to clear that out. 2 attackers sitting at midfield. The first one's NKO, does a fake. Gahans chips it away. Noise couldn't make anything of it. K-Pop looking to collect. And again, everybody's sort of faking here as the ball kind of sits dangerously in the Lancers' end. Here's Noise with a Oh, I'm not really sure there. Gahan's chipping over midfield. It's gone back to NKO. Gahan's tried to get a second touch to block it. Couldn't happen. NKO chipping into the corner. Two friends with them. Christian, one of them, over to NKO. Shots wide. It's up and dangerous. From way out is Noise. What a play off the top crossbar.
Oh, maybe an unfortunate touch there by NKO, as Noise could have got that in, maybe without that touch, having to readjust. Here's Noise again, going underneath the defender, maybe mistouching, or it was intentional. That's very possible. Great control either way. Noise kind of whiffing that one. K-Pop not able to adjust in time. It's 5-1 for the Savage Wheels.
Buck 22 on the clock. Christian with a pre-jump, didn't quite work out. K-Pop goes underneath. K-Pop gets a follow-up. It's off the crossbar. Stammy almost able to put that one in, but it goes off the crossbar as well. Here's Gahan's now, chipping back to a teammate. Stammy looking to get another attack going. Gahan's probably not going to connect with that one. Oh my goodness. Straight back by Noise, and they've hit the 5-goal mercy.
It's just one of those things, like, you know, you see that you're down a few goals, so you're trying to push it up field a little farther, a little faster. You know, defense maybe suffers a little bit, and a ball like that's going to get just like taken from you and chipped over the last line of defense. And a team like the Savage Wheels, the way they're playing tonight, they're not going to make those misses happen too many times. So here's Noise now, beaten there by their teammate NKO. Noise getting some bumps in, trying to keep the pressure on. Here's Gahan's now, trying to get something over to Stammy. Christian's going to corral in their own corner. Noise and NKO team up there to get a great save on the Gahan shot. NKO does a musty flip from midfield, tries to send this out to a teammate as Noise pops it up. Gahan's not able to get enough on that to beat NKO. So now K-Pop and Gahan's come together and make a nice little pinch that Gahan's follows up, and we got a 6-2 game.
Yeah, not going to be enough time on the clock, but it does always feel good to remind the team that's inevitably getting the win that you can put goals past them, and I think that's what the Lancers are going to try to do here is maybe get it down to a 3-goal game, and and leave with the memory of 2 goals in a row. Either way, we're just closing this one off. Stammy off the back wall to NKO. It's passed across. Christian gets a piece of it. It's going to touch the ground, I'm thinking. And that'll be the first game, Andy? Pop quiz. Is that the first one?
Yes, that was our first game of this series.
So the Savage Wheels putting a great deal of pressure on. As Gahan's, Stammy, and K-Pop doing their best to defend. And played very well, in fact. And we're going to see in that second match that both teams have climatized. So, we got 2 more games tonight. This is your chance to click like and subscribe on the Ontario School Esports Association's YouTube channel so you won't miss future broadcasts. As we get ready to kick off game number 2, could go any direction here, as I'm thinking Stammy and K-Pop and Gahan's are going to have to sort of regroup and come up with a new game plan, as the amount of pressure coming from the Savage Wheels is great. So right out of the gate, there's a shot. Gahan's collects it in their own end. Noise there to keep the pressure on. It's chipped up and in front. Called NKO up top, able to make a connection, but no shot. Here's Noise right in front of the net. What a shot. Collected by Christian in front. Left for NKO, who turned away. Almost a goal there, as the Lancers were able to squeak out of that one. Big clear here from Stammy. It's up all the way across. Called NKO, grabs it up top, but now it's left for Gahan's, who takes a shot. And Stammy able to clean up the scraps, put the first one in for the Lancers.
Ooh, kind of a second guess here maybe by NKO. Doesn't quite get to the ball in time, maybe thinking Christian's going to get there. And Stammy makes no mistakes, taking the first lead of the game. Lancers ahead 1-0. Stammy not able to beat NKO to the ball there. Misses the second touch, so K-Pop going to get credited for a save there. Christian trying to keep some pressure on. Noise is up, looking to pass down to Christian, who chips it over a teammate that's not going to get to the goal. It's credited as a save for Gahans, but I don't think it was really in any danger at all. K-Pop trying to get a ground pinch there. NKO going to come in and take that ball from them. K-Pop almost putting it on their own net. Noise trying to get something out over to NKO, blocked by Gahans. Gahans now sending this to the midfield, trying to carry it ahead forward more. Gets a nice roll over to K-Pop, tries to put a shot across. No follow-up attack as the boost situation is looking pretty low here for the Lancers. NKO now going to corral after collecting that large boost pad, trying to get over a couple teammates. K-Pop with the nice save. The Savage Wheels not able to sustain any pressure here as all of the Lancer team playing some sound defense. And as I say that, Christian from the top rope off the ceiling. Noise gets a nice challenge there. Christian's going to play it off the back wall, flat down into the bottom of the net. Tie game 1-1 with just over 3 minutes, Nate.
It's a great setup from Noise there with two teammates on the ceiling. Here's Gahans trying to pinch one straight in off the kickoff. A called NKO up top, looking to collect, maybe making a connection with Noise. It's abandoned. So now called NKO just coming across midfield. All three attackers sort of offside there. They're going to have to head back as K-Pop driving another attack here. Chipped up, got away from them, so NKO is going to grab that, shut it down. Stammy keeping things at midfield. Full tank of boost, but getting an attack from Noise, so unable to create an opportunity there as K-Pop and Gahans sort of get mixed up with each other. It's going to leave room for Christian to come in through the corner. Off the back wall, it's pinched out quickly and got away from K-Pop. Noise looking to drive another pass out front. Looks like that's going to make it. And Gahans with a great clear up top. Straight over to Christian, who's chipping it back towards the net. All three Lancers there keeping that net safe. They're doing a great job dealing with the pressure as it comes. So it's a 1-1 game, 2 minutes to go. This is game number 2 of 3.
Ooh, Stammy making the clutch touch there to keep that one out of the net as the pressure was coming. Oh, and Stammy and Gahans' unfortunate miscommunication there allows just the clear in from Christian to go in the net as another goal. And now the Savage Wheels take a 2-1 lead here with just under 2 minutes to play. Stammy not able to beat NKO as Christian's up, and they take a relatively simple shot on the net as the defense is caught flat-footed. Gahans driving backwards, and K-Pop not able to get back in time from going for that corner boost off kickoff. So 3-1 here for the Savage Wheels.
I think we all felt that last one. We've all been there. 2 in a row quickly. Make it 3 as another kickoff goal goes in. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. I've been on the receiving end of this. So look at that. A quick bounce. I don't know how it got so much momentum off the wall, but it did. As the Savage Wheels now, in probably less than 10 seconds, just took a 3-goal lead. Another kickoff. Let's watch that net. Christian with a great opportunity. That's gone to the side. NKO couldn't collect at midfield. Gahan sending it over, but Noise all the way back, defending the net. Crossing over midfield is called NKO. Trying to get collect their own pass. Didn't quite work. Here's an opportunity stopped by Noise. It's shipped all the way across the field. Stammy's going to have to do something. And Stammy waiting on the back wall to see what Christian does. Great move. It worked out. Stammy with a strong clear there. It's called NKO, trying to time their challenge out, and does so perfectly. Almost turning that into a goal in the top corner of the net. So clearing out is 2 of the Lancers. Doesn't get far. Called NKO, keeping the attack on. Stammy now with a long chip, and sure, it's gone to the other end, but they've got to do more than that to clear this 3-goal deficit with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, what a wonderful pass there by NKO over to Christian. Kind of looked like NKO was trying to get the pass over, and Christian just wisely waiting to let the defenders get in place. And then they get to pick where they put that shot. 5-1, just under a minute here to play. NKO and Gahans going towards that kickoff. Gahan getting the better of it. Here's K-Pop trying to put a shot on, blocked away by NKO. Noise up now, trying to get something to a teammate. NKO not able to beat Stammy to the ball. Gahans challenging Christian in the defensive zone. Now here's Stammy trying to get a touch, but Noise able to clear that one away. K-Pop off the sidewall, able to get a piece of it, blocking the Noise pressure. Christian turns away as NKO goes for that one. K-Pop demoing NKO. Now K-Pop trying to get a bump on NKO, but Christian's going to take that one themselves. We've got a 6-1 game. I think that's how this one's going to end. There's only a few seconds left here. And that's how the second game will most likely end. 6-1 for our Savage Wheels team. They're going to take the first 2 games of this series. And as the clock winds down, K-Pop's just going to let that one finish. And that's how this game ends. 6-1 for the Savage Wheels. Got one final game coming at you between these 2 teams. We've seen the Lancers put some goals up, so we know that it's possible. Might have to play a little more defensively is what I'm thinking. And just kind of what we were talking about earlier with the Emerald Bears. Let the attacking chances happen as they do by playing good, sound defense.
What a beautiful goal that was by Noise at the end. Replay of the night, possibly. All right, here we go. Game number 3, our final game of the night, kicking off as the Savage Wheels have taken 2, and 4 seconds in, Christian driving the first one home. Christian, the top point scorer last game, with just shy of 700 points in the last game, starting really early in this match. 4 seconds in, we've got a 1-goal lead for the Savage Wheels, and that's the sort of pressure that the Lancers have been dealing with all night. Here's K-Pop up in the corner, able to chip it away. Called NKO, didn't leave it for a teammate, so nothing really came of that. But here's a dangerous bouncing ball in front of their net. NKO now heading back, grabbing possessions, got the full boost. Off the side wall, tanks full, up to Noise maybe? What a play! What a passing play.
Yeah, what a nice pass here by NKO. Noise getting just a touch. I don't know if it was a pass so much as it was a steal by Noise. But in the circles we play, that's a good goal, Nate.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. That's a pass, the way I'm looking at it.
There's Stammy now trying to corral in the corner. Misses the flip, but stays with it. NKO trying to pass this one up. They beat 2 defenders as the Lancers are all in on offense. Trying to put this one in as all 3 players behind the Savage Wheels team. Christian just going to take that NKO pass and allow that to roll into the net for a 3-0 lead.
So we're not even a minute in. Called NKO. It's the and one on that kickoff with a demo. Ball just crossing the midfield line. It's a big chip. It's going to stay wide. We're looking for a player to come in and get an attack. They couldn't. We're watching K-Pop here trying to get an attack started. They've hit it wide. And it just kind of bounces straight up and down. Gahan's not able to get up that high that quickly for it. A little bit of miscommunication now, too, as the Lancers are perhaps scrambling a little bit.
Stammy leaving that one as NKO sends it across the mouth of the goal line. NKO and Christian kind of getting entangled there in their own end. NKO pinches that one off of Noise, but Stammy's going to block it in the midfield. Gahan's circling back, trying to corral this one, but K-Pop's going to get there first. Tries to get a pass out to a teammate. Gahan's there, able to push it forward. Noise doesn't play it immediately, clears it back to the corner. Over a couple of defenders, over jumps that ball, but NKO follows up. And it looked like Christian was coming right behind to steal that one as well. It's a 4-0 game here with just over 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming in on that one. Kickoff now, 3:11 on the clock. Here comes K-Pop with a speed flip, able to beat Christian to it. Looking for a pinch off the wall, gets by another defender. Eventually, Noise able to stop the attack from coming in. Called NKO, sending it in. And now Gahans almost maybe took that pinch away from K-Pop, so now Noise is going to create some problems. Good block there by Gahans as NKO collecting, looking on the sidewall, seeing what's happening. No attackers coming in. There's a demo on Gahans from Christian. Noise with a long pass. What a great touch. Off the sidewall, followed up by NKO. Beautiful play once again.
Yeah, Noise doing some heavy lifting here. Unfortunately hits the post, but NKO able to put that into a wide open net thanks to Christian's demo of the goalie. So 5-0 game. We should see more defensive play here from the Savage Wheels as the Lancers try and work back. Plenty of time left, so we know time won't be a factor to try and start getting this lead chiseled away from. NKO corralling in their own zone and puts it in their own net for 5-1.
Let's see what happened here. And called NKO up top. Looking, I don't know what was going on. Maybe trying to send it down to Noise or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I'm sure the Lancers are saying, we take those. Just under 2.5 to go. Called NKO able to stop 2 attackers from the Lancers. Noise now without a boost. Not much going to happen there. Called NKO taking over midair, but Gahan's able to create problems for them. Stammy over to Gahans. Gahans over the midfield line. Noise stopping it at midfield. There's Gahans now trying to get a read. They're going to grab the corner boost and then get up top before NKO could get there. Noise going to abandon the collection. Gahans has got control. K-Pop just a little bit behind the play, unable to turn that into an attack. Set up from K-Pop. Not quite able to jam it in against the crossbar, but keeping it in play. NKO not moving right now. Not sure what happened there. Maybe some dead batteries or something. NKO still not moving. Noise now coming in with Christian. They're going to have to double down their efforts as NKO still... Oh, there NKO driving again.
Yeah, it must have been a dead battery in that controller. K-Pop getting a double demo, excuse me. Now turning, but NKO gets back just in time to send that attack kind of away. Christian now with the wide open net, just going to leave this one as all defense is gone from the Lancers, just trying to put pressure on and get another goal here. Christian wisely leaving that one as all the Lancers are trying to claw out of this deficit. Here's Noise and Gahans off the kickoff. Gahans getting the better of that one. Tries to push it forward. No teammate continues as NKO blocks that one. Stammy and K-Pop. Christian demoing Stammy, so not a lot of defense back right now for the Lancers. NKO not able to corral it though, so the Lancers able to regroup. K-Pop gets a nice pinch in the corner. No one out front. NKO just going to sweep that aside. Christian trying to get a bounce pass out for a teammate. Takes it themselves, gets it back into the corner. Another unfortunate pinch as K-Pop can't beat Noise. Great save there by Noise. Not credited, but that would have been a goal. NKO trying to get a pass over to Noise. A demo of Stammy Miles. And it looks like this game's going to finish at 6-1 with a couple seconds remaining here. Stammy trying to keep it up for a teammate. Gahan's not able to beat NKO, and NKO just lets that one touch the ground. And that's how this one finishes as the Savage Wheels take all 3 games against the Lancer.
Well, a great fight put up by the Lancers. Just an incredible amount of pressure by the Savage Wheels. And a great night of Rocket League. That's our final game of the night, so On behalf of the Ontario School Esports Association, Esport Canada, Rage Quit Andy, and myself, Nate Goes Live, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Thanks for following, liking, subscribing the Ontario School Esports Association on the different socials, including this very YouTube channel. Click like and enable those notifications so you don't miss future broadcasts. And for now, we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m., where we will move into week 4. 2 weeks left. So we're getting through the season, and of course you can watch the finals on May 10th. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. Have a great night. Thanks again for supporting Ontario School Esports.